By the end of this video, you'll have Claude Code installed on your VPS, connected to your OpenClaw setup, even if you've never touched a terminal before. 9 steps, let's go. First, you need to have a Claude Code subscription. Go to Claude.ai and sign up for the Max plan. It's $200 a month. This one subscription lets you run multiple OpenClaw instances. That's what makes the cost worth it. And for context, I run 7 different OpenClaws and I've built over 20 different OpenClaws. I've been using one OAuth and I run a whole swarm that literally automates almost 90% of my business outside of fulfillment using OpenClaw. So the first thing that you are going to do is you're going to have to log into Hostinger. So go to Hostinger. You should already have, if you're watching this, a terminal and a virtual private server. And so whatever you're using, regardless of what it is, you're going to have something that's going to give you access to this terminal. So if you are in Hostinger, you're going to, boom, click this terminal right here. Super simple. And so a black window opens, and this window is your terminal. It's where every command in this tutorial gets typed and pasted. Okay, before we go any further, in the terminal, Control-C and Control-V do not work. To paste something, you right-click, just like this, okay? And so remember that. It will save you a lot of frustration, okay? So first thing that we are going to do is you're going to take this. So this is the command line for Claude, okay? This is how you install it on Linux because we're running on Ubuntu 2.4.04. And then you're going to go into here. You're going to press Control-V. You're not going to press Control-V. You're going to right-click, paste, and you're going to press Enter. This is how simple it is. So you're going to see some text scrolling. That's normal. It means the install is running. Wait until it stops and you see a new line prompt. Now the next thing you're going to do is see this line. As it tells you, just follow the instructions. You're going to right-click, you press Copy, and then you're going to press Paste. And then all you're going to do is press Enter. Okay? So now you're going to type Claude. Okay? Going to type Claude. It's going to ask you to choose light or dark mode. You're going to select whatever you want. I'm going to go dark mode. And you're going to Claude Code with subscription. And then it's going to ask us to log in through the browser. So I'm going to take this link. I'm going to right-click, copy, and open up a new page. I'm going to paste it. And then what's going to happen is ask me to authorize. Okay? So a one-time authorization code will then appear on your screen. Okay, now you're going to copy this. Now we're going to go back to the terminal. We're going to right-click. We're going to paste it. And what you're going to see there is you're going to see logged in successfully. Okay, then you're going to press Enter. Then you're going to press Enter. And then you're going to go here. And you're going to say, yes, I trust this folder. And boom, now you are logged in to Claude Code. So this is where you need to just instruct it to go to wherever you installed. So whatever username you installed it on, if you installed it correctly, you will not be on root. Okay, so I don't know where you guys are at or what you did, but then you're going to take this right here. Look, boom. So that says user XYZ. I'm just going to put, find user Tyler. Okay, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go down to here. I'm going to copy. I'm going to come over to here. And what am I going to do? I'm going to paste with right click. It's going to show that. So to give you just a little context really quick, go to user, find the OpenClaw setup. I need you to become an OpenClaw.ai expert before entering into our OpenClaw. Then I need you to look over our entire system, understand what everything is. Based on your research, during your research, advanced users are maintaining high quality memory context. Agentic synergies between swarm of OpenClaws and everything else your research uncovers. Then mark this new understanding of our OpenClaw system to your memory so you never lose sight of what matters. This is super important, guys. This is super important. So you don't have to keep retraining this thing. And then how to solve and understand what you're working with, as well as to ensure you are always getting us the best possible builds. Let me know if there's anything else you need from me after doing your research to best execute for best results. So it's always important to let it the instruction to ask you questions of things you may need to give it. One's the most efficient and increases thoroughness of output while reducing unnecessary token and resource waste. And so this right here, guys, this is what separates you from everybody else. And so the last step, okay, is going to be to get your OAuth API key from Anthropic. And so you're going to install Claude Code the same way. And so as you can see in here, based on what you're using, so the VPS is Linux, but when you run this on your actual terminal on your computer, you can use a different command unless you are actually running on Linux. So if you're using Mac OS X, you're going to run this, okay? If you are on Windows, you're going to run this, okay? And you're going to install it on your actual computer. And then after you've installed it on your computer, same process we just went through, you're going to run Claude token setup. And then it's going to give you a key. And that key is what you are then going to have your Claude Code on the VPS make as your primary LLM. Let it know it's OAuth for Anthropic, and let it know that you want this to be your primary language learning model. And so that's literally the full setup. Claude Code is installed, authorized, and your OpenClaw knows its own system. If this saved you time, if you found this useful, the next video that I'm going to create that is going to be dropping is going to show you how to replicate one instance into as many instances as you want, so you can create as many Dockerized OpenClaws as you need. So if you have clients, you can easily, with one prompt, guys, you can go and you can create 10 different instances on your VPS. Obviously, you're going to make sure that you have the right RAM, the right CPU power, the right capabilities and memory to be able to run that many. But on a VPS, you can then just copy and paste. And there's some other strategies outside of your own that I'll also share in future videos. So like, subscribe. If you want this, there's a link down below, the step-by-step and everything that you're going to need to be able to get started that you saw in this video. And so just click that, sign up, jump into our newsletter as well too. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you guys. And I hope this saves you time as it has saved me.